1984 Bhopal Gas Tragedy, where thousands of victims have still not got justice. They have now been given another reason for the denial of justice to them. United States Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, in one of her congressional briefings, suggested that the main reason the Rajiv Gandhi government did not take action against Union Carbide for the 1984 Bhopal Gas Tragedy was that the majority of the victims were Muslims and of lower caste. She further suggested that the Congress government under Rajiv Gandhi was anti-minority.
We know that one of the major roadblocks in getting justice for victims and survivors has been the fact that the majority of those victims are of Muslim faith or lower caste.
Do you know that the main accused in the Bhopal gas tragedy, Warren Anderson, was allegedly bailed out in exchange for Rajiv Gandhi's childhood friend and son of Muhammad Yunus, Adil Shahryar? Well, let us give you the entire perspective of Rashida's speech and anti-minority context of Rajiv Gandhi. Hello and welcome, I am Shreya and you're watching the pamphlet. While addressing a gathering, Rashida said,
"I'm also incredibly proud to announce just a few hours ago, myself and Congresswoman Jayapal, who's the Congressional Progressive Caucus chairwoman, as well as Chairman Pallone, we began circulating a letter today calling on the Department of Justice to uphold commitments under U.S.-India bilateral treaties and serve Dow Chemical with the legal summons for the disaster."
Rashida further stated that the company Dow Chemicals took responsibility for the disaster because when they bought Union Carbide, they were never served a legal notice for it. The disaster that Rashida referring to here is that of 1984 Bhopal gas tragedy. It was on the night of December 3rd, 1984, when thousands of people died in their sleep when they were exposed to methyl isocyanate, an extremely toxic gas. The gas leaked from the Union Carbide plant in Madhya Pradesh, Bhopal. Over 5 lakh people were exposed to the poisonous gas. The CEO of Union Carbide Corporation at that time was Warren Anderson, who was accused of being guilty of slack maintenance in the plant, which eventually led to the disaster. As many as 8 former plant employees were convicted in June 2010. However, by then the court had declared Anderson an accused and an absconder. Anderson had visited Bhopal 4 days after the tragedy on 7 December 1984 and was arrested. However, Anderson later got bail and flew away to the US. At that time, Congress leader Arjun Singh was the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh while Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister. There were some reports which state that America built significant pressure on Rajiv Gandhi to release Anderson. In fact, some CIA documents have reported that it was Rajiv Gandhi who issued orders to release Anderson. In this whole scenario, another link that comes is that of Adil Shahryar, a childhood friend of Rajiv Gandhi and the son of Nehru and Indira Gandhi's close aide Muhammad Yunus. Some documents suggest that Rajiv Gandhi allowed Anderson to flee in exchange for Adil, who was serving a 35-year sentence in the USA and was guilty on 5 counts, including felony and fraud. Soon after Anderson returned to the US, the then US President Ronald Reagan issued Shahryar a presidential pardon and he soon returned to India. Many Bhopal gas tragedy victims see this as betrayal by the Rajiv Gandhi-led government. This issue was also raised in the parliament on August 12, 2015 by the late Union Minister Sushma Swaraj.
यूनियन कार्बाइड की कंपनी से रात को जहरीली गैस का रिसाव हुआ। 15,000 लोग मर गए। कितने? 15,000 लोग। 4 दिन बाद एंडरसन वहां आए। मुख्यमंत्री अर्जुन सिंह ने उनको अरेस्ट के वारंट दे दिए। राजीव गांधी तभी चुनाव के लिए वहां पहुंचे। उनसे पूछा, आपने अरेस्ट क्यों कर लिया एंडरसन को? मुख्यमंत्री ने कहा कि इस देश की जनता ने, प्रदेश की जनता ने मुझ पर कोई जिम्मेदारी सौंपी है, इसके लिए मैंने अरेस्ट किया.
Later, when Adil Shahryar was released from US prison in 1985 and in 1990, he wrote in the alumni book of his alma mater, American International School, for a planned reunion that he established an institute named Priyadarshini Institute, and that his company was worth USD 250 million. Interestingly, Indira Gandhi's full maiden name was Indira Priyadarshini Nehru. How did that happen when before economic liberalization in India in 1991, Shahryar had applied for insolvency in the US in 1982. So from being an insolvent in jail for fraud, he established an institute worth USD 250 million in 5 years, and he also got a presidential pardon in the meantime. Being friends with people in powerful places could actually do wonders, it seems. Statement by Rashida Tlaib basically goes out to show that the activists masquerading as politicians do not really do their homework well. Tlaib giving a communal angle to a tragedy that was because of a white American man's negligence shows how desperate the Islamists are to paint everything in India anti-minority. Further, Tlaib forgets that the people she is holding responsible for the alleged anti-minority stand in Bhopal Gas Tragedy are actually the ones who are giving voices like hers credibility. Tlaib likely thought that the current dispensation is responsible for all the events that have happened in India till date. But she forgets that her raking up the issue is only bringing back to forth the issues the Congress would have buried forever. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, do like, share and subscribe to our channel, The Pamphlet.